Hey y'all.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to Xpressions. My name is Uche.
I'm Phoenix.
Morgan.
And I'm Yellow.
And today we'll be talking about self-care and friendship.
What are some self-care routines that y'all do?
That's a good one. I would say like every once in a while, at least like once a week, I do try to, get with my friends, get some masks, do our nails, get some good food. Like one of my love languages is quality time. So anytime that I can spend some good quality time with my friends, my family, that's like self-care for me. It like rejuvenates me.
I totally agree. My self-care routine really started off as like something where I would wake up every day and do the same thing because it's like a routine. But I found out that like self-care is more of waking up and doing what you feel the need to do at any moment. Like just getting up and expressing yourself in any way. Just don't follow the same routine because that's how a lot of depression starts. So that's like key to self-care. Just get out there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last week I tried to do something different, I did my HIIT workouts in the morning.
There you go. There you go.
And then I did some yoga for the first time. And it was just really, really peaceful. And I also say like I get my nails done. Like I got my nails done today.
Wait, we have the same color.
Okay.
Yellow
I'm the only one who's had their nails done.
It's really the color for me, guys.
But yeah, like going to get my nails done and going to the mall like another week. I think it was like the other week before last. I went to the mall like by myself and it was just so nice just to shop and go around. Not even necessarily buy nothing, but it was just therapeutic. So those are some things I do. And I also try to wake up every day and pray and listen to gospel music. That's another form of like, self-care for me.
There you go.
I do like to get up in the morning, and every morning I like to get up, make my bed, drink a bottle of water, and put on some music, and then I'll do that before, like even if I get in the shower, I'll still have the music playing and everything, because I just feel like that's a big part of self-care, and just using lyrics and using that time to really meditate and think about stuff and just take your time, especially in the morning. Like I figured out that really changes my day when you just
sets the tone.
When you just take that time in the morning, especially eat breakfast. That is one of the biggest things. That's how I show I care for myself. Actually eating food in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
I really feel like music is a big part of motivation too, because I was having a conversation with someone the other day and we were talking about music and our taste and how different our taste in music were, and their music were very like violent and loud, and it's like I don't have a problem with it, but when I actually spoke to the person, I was like, do you actually listen to the lyrics that they say in the music? Like when you break it down and then listen to the beat with it, and when they listened to it and slowed it down and everything, they really started getting into more music that talked about how they felt at the moment instead of just resorting to angry, violent music.
Yeah. But sometimes I do wake up and I'm like, I need some angry, violent music. I'm like, when I wake up, I need some Young Boy. Sometimes I get crazy. Sometimes I get crazy. I'm like, I'm playing some 90s rock and I'm bothering everybody on the call. Sometimes,
especially when you wake up and it's the middle of the night, wake up and you need the music to go back to sleep. I know they be mad at me.
Well, speaking of conversation about self-care, I was recently on TikTok and I remember this girl, she was like, or basically it was like a thread, and it was like, what have you learned in your like 30s or late 20s that you wish you knew when you were younger? And she was saying how she wished she had known that self-care is actually really ugly. And that a lot of times, especially with like, modern media and stereotypes, like we think that self-care is supposed to be like really pretty and, like I just said, face masks and like face masks and nails and everything. But she said like self-care is like literally addressing and confronting like the ugliest parts of yourself and knowing that you like need to fix them and actively work to fix them. So it's like, it's getting up in the morning, setting those alarms, it's checking your ego, checking your procrastination and things like that. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on that. Like
that's also what I was hitting on when I said what I said, because that's basically how I think when I wake up in the morning. I basically get up and I'm like, okay, what do I need to do today? Let me plan on my day, what's going to be first. I just like literally the first thing I do when I wake up is check the weather app just so I know if it's going to be gloomy, if my mood has to match. That's just how I think.
I get you.
As far as like self-care, as like looking into yourself, I had you know how like manifestation and all that has been big over Twitter. So like pretty much over the past year I got into like crystals and journaling and meditation and all that stuff. And just being able to like sit there and write down my feelings and actually express stuff that I haven't been able to express and that you often like don't even have the room for, because like most of the time during the day nobody's there to sit around and listen to your feelings. Nobody's there to help you go through the problems that you're going through in your head. But like you still have to work through that stuff. That stuff still has to come out. And so like I felt like journaling and meditation helped me with that, just to kind of center myself, find that peace, and just help you literally work through those problems, because somebody has to do it. It has to get done.
Find your peace. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's good, because even sometimes, like you said, like self-care, it is taking care of yourself and doing things that you want to do and setting time out for, like going to the mall or getting your nails done or whatever. But it's also a point of reflection, like looking back on the day. Okay, what did I do right in this day? What didn't I accomplish? What did I accomplish? And all that stuff. So, yeah, I agree with everyone.
So I guess moving on to our second topic is friendship. I know friendship can be, like a pretty, controversial topic, or maybe not so controversial. So, like, just when you think of friendship, like, what comes to y'all's minds?
Disgust.
Betrayal. Aw.
Mistrust.
Friendships can be very hard. I understand that. It can be very hard.
Yeah.
Because you have to, like, trust some people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I just wanted to elaborate on it more, why I felt like those like that way towards friendship. It's just growing up, it was always people calling me when they needed me. And that's never a problem for me, because I'm selfless. I'm one of the most selfless people you'll ever meet. I'm very kind. I'm very energetic. I don't mind. When people need something, I'm always going to put them on game about it, because why not? We all have to win. But it's just like, I was also very popular, and it's just like New Orleans is very small, so everyone knew me, everyone knew my mom, everyone knew my family. So I want to say people didn't really hang with me as much, because they already kind of figured I had friends, but it was like no one really called me on the weekends to actually hang out. It was usually just like a study thing, but it would never be like a study outside of school. We would always be in school. And so when I got to college, it was really like a change, because people were actually interested in me. These were people that was never in New Orleans before, or probably just visited once, that don't know me at all though, and they decided to make me a friend. Like, they decided to put up with my things and genuinely be my friend, and I enjoy it. I like friends now, because they show me who I can talk to whenever I need, who I can cry on and everything. And the first semester, it was really hard for me, not gonna lie. I was open to meeting new people, and that really like broke me down a lot, because those people, they really just showed me how they weren't going to be my friend, or they weren't made for me. So I'm just happy that I found my group this semester. Getting a little draggy sometimes.
It's okay. But I think you brought up like a really good point about, like finding good friends and finding your people, finding your community. And I know that a lot of people feel like when they get to college, like that's when they're gonna find their community. Because like you, I was in high school, and I struggled a lot to find like my people in high school. And so I was kind of like shocked when I first came to college, and I was like, oh, I'm still struggling to find my community, just like I was in high school. And I think just like what I had to like learn was I want to be a good friend, and I also want to have good friends. And so I feel like I really had to, anything that I was looking for in a good friend: trust, loyalty, honesty, understanding, being able to check your friends with love. I think that's also an important element of friendships, being able to check your friends with love, so they feel loved when you're checking them. I feel like everything that I'm looking for in a friend, I have to be able to bring to the table. I don't ask any of my friends to bring anything to the table that I'm not already bringing or willing to bring. So I think that was just like my rule of thumb with friendships, and I had to learn that the hard way. So what about y'all?
Growing up, my best friend, I had been best friends with her since 4th grade, and then going into high school, we went to the same school, going up until we graduated. And then into high school, her cousin had came to school with us, and then we had just all became best friends. So like, pretty much we had all known each other for a long time, like 10 years, I think, at this point. And then coming to college, and like not having these default friends and like these people that I've just like been with, that I didn't even have to really make friends. And even the people I was in high school with, like I had gone to elementary school with some of those people. So it's just like, just having this community that's already been set and kind of out of convenience. And then coming to college where it's like all these people have to kind of just figure out, pretty much it's all these people figuring out how to make friends, and all these people getting here alone and figuring out who they are as a person. And so when I first got here, I did have, I had some friends that I ended up falling out with because I didn't know how to communicate. I never had problems with my friends. Like my best friend, I never got in a fight with her, with either of them. But I came here and immediately did with some girls. And I'm just like, I thought there was something wrong with me. I was like, I don't know how to have friends. I'm not meant to have friends or whatever, you know? But then, I don't know. Eventually, I think I just stopped forcing things and I think I worked on myself a little bit more. And was just like, let me just be happy. And you find happy people, you find people that work for you, and you get friends, I think.
Right. Yeah, I agree. That was a big part for me too, especially the second semester. I was like, maybe let me try to dial it down a little bit, because I was putting myself out there completely bad. Like, I was literally like, let's be friends to everyone, because I just felt like I needed that one person, you know, to just share my experiences with. And it just was really hard trying to find that one person. So I really just did what Phoenix did. I just sat back and I just see who really were looking for me, you know. And when I found those people that was like calling me, wanting to hang out with me, I'm like, wow, y'all really want my presence, like,
right,
you know. So that's I'm kind of happy that I have friends. Yeah, this is different.
Yeah,
for me, I feel like it was a little bit different because like I'm a twin, so like my whole life I've always had like the default friend, my twin sister. So it's like I didn't necessarily have to make friends all the way. And I feel like even in I feel like college really showed me, okay, like you suck, like you really can't make friends. Because like I'm a person that like, if I'm not with my sister, well, I've grown out of that now, but if I wasn't with like my sister, then I would just go to my room or do whatever, you know. I had to grow out of that. And also I've realized too, like I'm the friend that I need to actually work on this, but I'm the friend that like I'll hang out with you, we'll have a good time, and then I won't text you every day, I won't talk to you. When we see each other again, we teed up again. Like, so, but I need to like learn how to really check on my friends more and really like talk to them more on a regular basis, because I feel like, and I don't know, it's really kind of just hard for me to like create friends too, because I'm such a serious person. So I just need to like, you know, let loose. But I think I've actually grown better over the years. But now I can like go places by myself. Like I don't need my sister to be with me. Like I have my own friend group, she has her own friend group. So like, yeah, but college really showed me like how hard it was to make friends.
All those high little movies about college were not accurate depictions.
Like, I think changes, because like the people I came in with college with, I thought I was gonna be, baby, we don't really talk no more. So
that part.
And then the things with college, like also, I feel like it goes so fast that like first semester, I'm thinking these people are gonna be my best friend for life, and it's been a month. And I, you know, like I barely know, I don't know their middle name yet, but like you're here, you just got here with these people, so you're like, oh my god, these are gonna be my friends. I met these people, but like, I think college really showed me like what friends are really supposed to be like.
Right, but I just feel like I also feel how you feel, because like when I first got here, I was like, okay, you know, all these people, they're ready to make friends just like me, you know, but I threw myself, like I was way too attached too quick, because it's really different when you go to college, because it's like people that's on your level, if that makes sense, because you chose this college, like you got into this college, these are people that's on your level. It's totally different from high school, because I'm from New Orleans, so my high school was like all black, you know, just it was really different. So these people were like more sophisticated, and they were like more eager and serious about life, and they were more serious about friendship. So that's what made me okay to just open up like a book and was like, okay, you're my friend. But then they were like, yeah, I don't think it really fit me, but like that's okay, because like it only been a month, but like a college month is long time. Like, so I was really like, this is a lifetime
you
friend.
Think you found like, your family,
right. So it's really like, I really thought we were going to be friends for a long time, but it's really like you just find your people. So
yeah, that's one thing. College will really teach you like the difference between being alone and being lonely. Like that is a distinction. If you don't learn, like college will force you to learn it, because I think when, you know, just like from listening to everyone's stories, like coming from a place where maybe you didn't have that friendship, and then coming to college and like the first glance or the first taste of what you think could be like a real friendship, it's like, oh, this is it, and you want so much and you try to grab it. And I think like sometimes we can land ourselves into trouble doing that because we're not really serving ourselves like the best way possible in those moments. And I think that's like a lesson we all really had to learn, no matter how hard of a lesson it may be. But yeah,
That's good.
College makes me stress.
yeah.
But it's just the whole friendship thing, y'all. I just have so much to say about it.
Yeah.
It's like making friends is so hard, and I didn't even realize, like, I don't know what we were doing like the first 18 years of our lives, but like
We were just existing.
we were just
Yeah.
existing.
People, so
that's
we
what
just
I
talk
wanted
to
to
them.
say, guys.
Yeah.
It was on my tongue, but I couldn't get it out properly. So like with college, like I want to say in high school and stuff, you know, in middle school when we were younger, it took everyone a while to actually develop to be comfortable with each other, actually talk about real world things without people saying, oh, that's childish and stuff. So you know, when we got to college and whatnot, and we actually make friends, people like immediately get comfortable with you and settle with you because they know whatever they're going through, we're all adults and they know everyone else is going through that. When we were kids, we weren't really thinking about that, so it was taking us time to ease into friendship with our friends. So we really didn't know how each other act, you know, until we got older. And that's what I was like realizing, because I'm like, when I got to college, everyone's more blunt and honest about everything, their bodies, the way what they do. And I'm just like, no one would do this in high school or middle school. Everyone would be so secretive. And I just really feel like when people see everyone's real personality, that's put it in perspective of if I want to be your friend or not, you know, if you're my vibe. So that's my thing with college right there.
Yeah.
What about friendship breakups?
Oh, yeah.
Those are harder than real breakups because they were there before and after your significant other. So it's like, I told you everything. How could you? Like,
Y'all want to hear my first friendship breakup? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was like 5 years old in the first grade. And there was this girl, my best friend at the time, Mariah. She was like, I'm moving to the Valley. And I live in California. I thought the Valley was far. It was really like 20 minutes away from where I lived. I thought she was moving all far. So I'm like, oh no, my best friend's moving to the Valley. I go home and I have the High School Musical 2 game on my DS. And it has the soundtrack on there. So I start playing, what's that song with Troy and Gabriella? It's like, I got to move on in me. Yeah, I gotta go my own way. So I'm laying in my bed, like playing I gotta go my own way over and over on my DS. Like, no, my best friend's leaving. That was my first best friend breakup.
my first best friend breakup was
hard.
in middle school. I was in 6th grade. And I remember this day so vividly. I was sitting at the cafeteria table eating my little square pizzas.
I
you
remember
know?
them.
Bro, she sat next to, you know, she usually sit next to me every day, you know, I'm like, bestie, come on. And she sit next to me and with her tray, sits down. She usually gives me her pizza because she doesn't like pizza, you know. And she's like, I don't want to be your best friend anymore. And I instantly start crying. Like, I throw the tray off the table. I'm like, instantly start crying. And I walked out the cafeteria. She was like, I just didn't feel like we fit each other anymore.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. Like, this,
That was kind of mature.
This was like my first and only friend.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, who else am I gonna talk to? Like, we have a lunch table to ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'm really just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know? It just was so hurtful. But she apologized later. Like, I got in the car and I started crying. Like, as soon as I opened the door, I bust out crying. I was like, Mom, my best friend is not my best friend. You know, I just instantly. But she apologized later. You know, she wanted to be best friends again. But I realized my worth, you know. So I was like, I just feel
Now
like.
she realized your worth in 5th grade.
Right?
Because y'all,
Even the fact that she said, like, we can't be friends anymore was mature because,
I really
like,
feel
what?
like we had a mature relationship at a young age because she wasn't from New Orleans.
Yeah.
She was actually from North or South Carolina, one of those. So she was really like proper, you know. So she was really trained on a lot of things I weren't. That's why we were like best friends. She helped me with a lot of stuff, and I helped her with a lot of stuff. And my grandma worked at the store called Dirt Cheap. Everything was cheap,
Right.
And she would get her a lot of stuff from the store. So I would come to school literally with gifts for her every day. If I brought food, she would have food, you know. And I just was like, not me literally spending all my money on you. That's not my money. And
Right.
you broke up with me. Like, I'm
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. Friendship breakups are hard because like that's like the person that you like one see almost the most. It's the person that you were like cry on, rely on, and like you guys like share so much of yourselves, and sometimes like your personalities almost like bleed into each other, and it's like you guys go through so many ups and downs with each other. So then when it comes to the point where you guys kind of break, I don't know which one do you guys think is worse, when you guys like as a friendship break up or when you kind of just dissolve, it kind of like fizzle out, like there's no like clear closure?
I want to say
I feel like the dissolve is worse because it's just like that. I feel like that.
Yeah.
Right? Do you like what do you do in that situation? Like, and did you hurt that person? Did they hurt you? Is there like a beef that sometimes it'd be like, is there something going on that I don't know about? You know, it's just like it kind of leaves you wondering. I feel like don't leave the friendship dissolved. Yeah. Just talk about it. Talk it out.
Especially with like, cause right now I'm actually going through like something right now, and it's really like, what do you do if like a person never wants to hang with you, but they're supposedly your best friend?
See, that's like I've always kind of like seen it as a lot of people say one thing and their actions say another. And just like especially through college and like friendships like we were just talking about, people make time for what is important for them. People make time for what they prioritize, and it's hurtful. It really is hurtful when you have a friend and you feel like you're checking off all your boxes, you're doing everything you want to do, but it's just like when they're not reciprocating it, unreciprocated love. I know, like I don't know if you learned that in your English classes. It's like wow, like, and it's not even so much like you did something. It's just like it's not like you did everything you're supposed to, you know. But you really have to just know like you don't want to waste your energy on someone who isn't really in your corner, isn't really there for you.
And I try not to think like that, mainly because I'm very sensitive. I don't try to be, but it's really like, why would you do me that? You know, like why would you do me that? So I don't know, it's just like I really try with some people, and it's just like so
but you know, you can just redirect your energy to like more the people that do want to be like, you know, for you and down for you.
Yeah, but in, you know, when it's like with someone your best friend, years on years, it's like, you know, when you with someone for that long, it's like, who else do I want to tell all of my business to if they're gonna act like this? You know,
it is hard.
And I've actually never really had a friendship breakup.
But
I've had
you're one of the lucky ones.
I've had like people I was having cool with, and then we kind of just dissolve out because we just grow into different people. But I don't think I ever had like we broke up, like we friends or whatever. So,
but that's the thing though. Like I don't think dissolving is the worst. Cause like I want to say like I was friends with someone and we kind of like dissolved, but like occasionally we like check on each other. You know, like we'll like go somewhere occasionally, but like if you been like dissolved completely, then that's like totally bad because like what was the issue?
I've literally had like a friend just stop talking to me, just like dissolve, like literally dissolve completely out of my life, and me being a little petty, I was like, okay, then I'm not starting conversation if you decide you want me out of your life. And we never talked again.
Yeah, like the dissolves I've had were like it was like a mutual dissolve. Like we didn't necessarily state it directly, but it was like a mutual dissolve, and like and then now we kind of talk every now and then on Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. But like it's not we hate each other or nothing. We just grew into different people, and it's just like I see you when I see you. What's up? Hey, how you doing? Bye. Kind of thing. So
mine was not like that. It hurt. She was my best friend, or she was a real close friend throughout high school, and then senior year, stopped talking to me, and I was just like, I wasn't that hurt because I don't be hurt, you know.
You can have more than one bestie.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
You have categories of best friend. This is my best friend for when I want to get lit. My bestie for when I want to go to class. Like, come on, don't limit yourself. Meet people.
This is my getting lit bestie. This is my class bestie.
This is my future bestie.
You know.
Yeah, I think it is good to have friends for different things, like your study friend, your eating friend, your like, you know, because like not all of my friends like to do the same things. Like only one of my friends likes to go to the movies, and I love the movies, you know. So don't limit yourself. Yeah, I agree with that.
And not all your friends have all the time for you either. Like they don't owe you all their time either.
That was like my biggest mistake in high school. Limiting myself to friends. I was so focused on searching for that one friend that had all the qualities that I wanted, and I wasn't looking at the friends that already had certain qualities that can please me for, you know, whenever.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. This was our episode of Expressions,
Hope you enjoyed it.
I'm Yellow.
I'm Morgan.
I'm Uche.
I'm Phoenix.
And see y'all next time.
Bye.